Second video. Sorry everybody, after I finished my video, Russia pops up. I got a whole slew of information on Russia and USA talks. They are in talks. They're going to be going into a summit. Right now, Biden's talking very strongly, put very strong sanctions on Russia. They're at it. They're at it hard. And Russia brings up Crimea, the importance of Crimea. I do believe, everybody, Russia would sign the Declaration of Human Rights 1948, monumentous for the entire world. If you haven't read the Declaration of Human Rights 1948, read it. I've put two links here from Russia, one of which I'm vetoed from. I'm vetoed, not just me. It's not a personal thing on Dave Bjorkman. It was a veto for everybody, absolutely everybody. If you try to do the Chrome, it's going to tell you it's a secure site, and you won't be able to share. I've shared it. I've gone and bypassed it, but the service provider, the software is American. That's reality. And so it's a USA veto on everybody. It's Russia's presentation on the World Climate Summit. Everybody was withheld that. Everybody, not just me. Everybody. I was invited by Russia. I was able to go, but UNSC powers have the right to veto. I'm not angry with the USA. The reality is, I'm a truth seeker. I give all sides of the story. It's not about me supporting Russia, USA, France, or any of the others. It's about making sure you all have the absolute truth. That happened exactly as the summit happened at the time. Everyone was blocked out. There's been a whole series of things this week everybody's blocked out from in regards to China or Russia. However, they still have their power. They can still call upon any of the other UNSC. The power is not diminished whatsoever. Russia's been talking heavy this week. I have a link which you can click on. Shows the Russia and American flag bilateral talks, which is the two strongest powers of the world talking. And they're going to be doing that. That's going to happen. I truly believe, everybody, if Russia signs the 1948 Declaration of Human Rights, it's the last country. Richard Nixon, as slammed as he was and how he is in history, he is one of the greatest international law presidents there's ever been, as well as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, civil rights champion in American history. That's a division of powers for the states. He took it all on. He took it all on with the federal government, enshrining it for the American people. People can say what they like, but there is not anyone in history. JFK may have got there. He was assassinated. Did you know a lot of people said that had Richard Nixon done the things he did at the time, they were going to assassinate him too? It never happened. He did it anyway. A strong, tremendous man, regardless of Watergate, that will overshadow his monumentous actions for the American people. The guy's got a legacy of civil rights unbeatable. Not just that he lived civil rights and had them done. He actually went out there as a president when people said they will shoot you dead. He did it anyway. He's the one who desegregated schools. Even though they were desegregated, they weren't physically desegregated. As President of the United States, you can all look this up. It's factual. Richard Nixon flew to those southern states and he opened up the schools and desegregated them. Himself, as President of the United States, he physically did that. He went into each state, even though civil rights like Canada or state jurisdiction, he went in as president, said, not on my watch, not as President of the United States. And he did that. He did tremendous for the American Indian too. He didn't care. Civil rights were a cornerstone of his presidency and his life in Senate. He absolutely did all that in a time the United States wasn't willing. He did that. The only president ever, the only one. He did it. But anyways, on that note, Russia's getting right into it. Full disclosure, you guys, this week, just dropping truth bombs all over the UNSC. Regardless, India just praised them today. It's such a volume of information. And you have to say, President Joe Biden, what are you going to do? Are you going to be part of the problem or part of the global solution to give so many billions of people on this earth true freedoms? He can do that, everybody. He has the power. He's sitting in a position like Richard Nixon sat in with China so many decades ago, and he arm-barred China into signing and binding. We are down to just Russia. Right now, over Ukraine and Russia, the former Soviet Union, those things have happened. What's happened with Crimea, these revolutions continue, whether they were done appropriately or not. It's between Russia and Ukraine. And before everybody says, oh, no, there's a lot of problems with Ukraine. Don't take it at face value of what the United States says, because I can tell you the Constitution of the United States of America is not represented by Ukraine. Not even close. Not even close. You can all look at this yourself. Further, in international law, Ukraine has not signed the Declaration of Human Rights, 1948. They haven't done it. So it begs the question, why will Ukraine not enshrine human rights? Right? Why wouldn't they? And why would any American government, I don't care, you say Republican, you say Democrat, why would you be in bed with a country that doesn't believe in human rights to the point they won't even sign it? They won't sign it. Why is that? Why is that? And why would you give such tremendous support to a country that absolutely does not believe in the value of human rights? None whatsoever. This is reality. I could lie, I could tell falsehoods, but the reality right now today is, if Ukraine isn't going to sign, and they have no ambition to sign it, if Russia will, we should drop all sanctions, because for the first time in world history, beyond the 1945 UN Charter, we get a whole pile of new and exciting human rights bound, eternally bound forever by the five, just like the Charter, and it will be imposed on every country in the world. Richard Nixon started this. He forced China to do it. He gave China a chance. He gave them that. Watergate came. He was gone. He was fighting the communism. He was going to force Russia next. He never got that chance. Watergate came. He took a misstep with the communism. He did a bad thing. He admitted it. First president in history of the United States to actually admit his wrongdoings. Do you know there's never been a president to ever do that? Never. He's the first one, the only one, and he took his lumps. But it doesn't diminish what he did internationally and domestically, if not the greatest champion of people worldwide and for the American people at large. An incredible history of Richard Nixon. Check it out. But here we are. Breaking news today. Russia wants to talk. They're ready to deal with Crimea and this Ukraine situation if the USA can take the knee, do the right thing. They have a Richard Nixon moment in time to change this world for the better. Will America do it? Will America get the job done? I don't know. It's up to Joe Biden. All the petty antics, it has to end sometime. There's so many people in this world waiting for a champion to come forward. And that champion right now is Joe Biden. Donald Trump could have done this too, so don't just say this is Joe Biden, he's a problem, he's this, he's that. For all that left radicalism right now, today, we have a chance. Everybody, will Joe Biden take that step? I don't know. This is an important video. Share. Check out the links. I know it's going to hit with the American platforms we're on. When you try to open the link, you'll be able to read. You won't be able to share. It's your choice to copy and share it. I do trust the Kremlin. I'm not worried that somehow I'm going to be hacked and have all my stuff stolen. I don't think so. It's President of Russia. It's Putin. It's America versus Russia right now. They're head to head in a battle. And it's a matter of, will these monumentous human rights be finally enshrined worldwide? Being able to hold China to account, be able to hold Canada to account. Can you imagine, for the first time, we can actually say all the wrongs being committed by our politicians can be held account? We need that P5 back to its original strength. We need it to move forward. And it's really absolutely up to Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin right now. As Russia says, and you can check the links in the title, it takes two to tango. Putin's ready to talk. Can Biden take a step back? Take a step into the mind of Richard Nixon? Actually care about the people of the world? With that tremendous power, can Joe Biden get it done? I'd love to see Americans share it out, but I don't know. I don't know, with the links I've put in the title, how shareable this will be in the United States of America. I know a lot of Americans follow me, and sometimes it does take off. I suppose I could put hashtags in to help that along, but this is for my people, the Canadian people. This is what's happening in the world right now, in our lifetime. Something that hasn't been seen in over 5 decades. Going back to Richard Nixon, we're right back to a step forward, a monumental step for the entire world. Will these two presidents take it? I don't know. We're going to find out in the next 2 months. And don't just place it on Russia that it's all Russia, Russia, Russia. It's their regions. It's their geography. I don't see Russia moving out into the world, trying to take countries, bully. USA and Russia get involved on the international scene because that is the power we gave them. We gave them this power. You can also look at military strength and who's been investing so much and how much in global military. USA leads by massive, massive monies. Russia's second, but it's very, very small, meaning USA is growing by leaps and bounds on an increasing scale in global military. That's the truth. Russia has advanced nuclear. They roll that out in the climate summit, where everyone was vetoed from except for those invited leaders, as per the P5. But they go into all of it. Russia outlines advanced nuclear reactors as the only way to target climate change, if that's what the world wants to do. Of course, USA is doing the same thing. Biden rolled out exactly the same thing as Putin. Advanced enriched reactors. It's the only way for the Green New Deal. Canada can't do that. Non-proliferation, we can't. So how is this Green New Deal going to work? Russia goes into the boreal forest. You can read it on the link. If you have the courage to open it and read it, you will see in live and in video. It's all there. All the country leaders are there. It's real. And I've made it available to all of you. Your choice. Your choice, Canadians. Learn the truth or take your head and put it in the sand. Be afraid. Be fearful. I don't believe in fear or being fearful. I believe in going at the world as it really is. As it really is. Seeing all sides, presenting all of the truth as it is, not diminished by special interests. Special interests that will never have you, the people, at heart. And I don't blame the USA. They have America first. Russia has Russia first. Canada has everybody but Canada first. This is the problem. This is what everybody has to see and look at it for what it is. Russia gives some unbelievable presentations and truths. Absolute. And geographically, we're the flip. They're just on the other side of the world. East versus west. But in the same polar hemisphere. That's Canada. The same planets, the same kind of country, the same massive expanse, except for Russia's all settled. Canada isn't. We only have 11% of our country. Russia has tremendously more available to the people than we do. We're not even in a comparison. We could be like that. We could be like the United States of America. Carbon capture, shouldn't the world have to pay us? Shouldn't companies have to pay into forestry management? Imagine you, the people, being paid to maintain your forests, being paid to capture carbon naturally for the world, because we do. So does South America. But you don't see that narrative, right? Just keep transferring wealth out. You're privileged people. Somehow you've done a great wrong. All of you, the First Peoples, the Canadian citizens, those from the boat and those from the canoe, somehow you don't matter. You just keep paying. You just keep suffering. It's normal. Not normal for all the other countries, but normal for this country. These are truths you all have to see and know. This has all been published. This has been openly shared. You won't see it on CNN or the mainstream medias. You never will. Even though when you go into one of those video forums, even though it was vetoed this time around, it was vetoed, and that's the power of the Allies. They choose. It wasn't Russia's choice. They wanted people there. They wanted people interactive, but it couldn't be done. But we have it now, and it's all made available to you. Russia finally released it. It's your choice to share, your choice to view. You can even watch the video. It's there. Thank you. That's my video. Breaking news. Every Canadian needs to know. Absolutely. See the picture as it really is, all sides of it, in full transparency. CCP, Canadian Constitutionalist Party, will always bring absolute truth as it is, not how you're being told. By those world powers, by the smartest and best minds in the world. Because you, the people, deserve the truth in full transparency. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye now, everybody.